everybody? I'm Jack Gallup. I'm the roommate of Jon Harden, who is here today to present to you his research he's conducted on the personalities of STEM majors. So without further ado, here he is, Jon Harden.
Hey, thanks for having me tonight, man.
You got it, buddy.
Here we are at North Columbia Street at my house, and I'm going to, like Jack just said, I'm going to present some research that I did on the personalities of STEM majors for my autoethnography. So without further ado, let's get into the educational scene. Hey guys, so my project on the personalities of STEM majors, specifically here at the University of North Carolina, was done here as the educational scene. So what that means at this university is places like Davis Library, the undergraduate library, the steps of Wilson Library, different people's homes and like in their kitchens where STEM majors hang out when they're doing homework, places like that. That's where I did observations and interviews for my research. And now let's take a walk and see why I was so interested in what I did and why I did that. So that leads us into positionality, which is an examination of my own biases against my research. Hop into the car with me for a second and we'll talk about that. So if you didn't know, I actually am a STEM major myself, which is why I was so interested in the personalities of STEM majors. I wanted to see if the pervasive altruism in my own life, which led me to choose my major, was common amongst other STEM majors. My interviewees and people that I observed were both male and female. They were all in a similar age range as me, 18 to 25, and they all go to the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. So let's take a quick moment to talk about methodology, how the research that I conducted was actually done. My research was classically ethnographic in that it was based on interviews and observations. I did 10 interviews. Each one took about 30 minutes to plan, and the interviews lasted anywhere between 30 minutes to 45 minutes, which ended up being 10 hours of my 30 hours of research. The other 20 hours was made in 10 two-hour observations at the educational scenes that we mentioned before. In each interview, I asked participants questions from a list of 8 in the rubric to help find out why STEM majors act the way they do and why they chose to be STEM majors. When I say that the research was classically ethnographic, I mean that from my list of 8 to 10 questions that I had for each participant, during each interview, I diverged from those questions to follow each individual's story, because they do differ. As far as observations went, I simply sat in the places where STEM majors sat and saw what they would see every day while doing some of my own work, making observations anytime that I saw something that I thought related to the research question. Once I had finished interviewing and doing observations, I took time to code the interviews and observations, looking for themes. When I examined my data for themes, I saw something interesting. Out of the 10 people that I interviewed, 8 of them were pre-health, meaning that they want to be doctors or dentists at some point, even PAs, after they finish college. This data was interesting, and so I asked them why that was. Did their parents want them to be pre-health, or was that something from inside of them? And overwhelmingly, participants said that they had wanted to be doctors or dentists or PAs or what have you since either the start of college or much before. It was an inner drive towards altruism that led people to choose their STEM major. When I came to the realization that the STEM majors I interviewed overwhelmingly were in STEM because they wanted to do something noble with their lives in the form of their career path, that drew me right back to my original question of why are these people doing what they're doing? And personally, if you remember, I chose my major because I was trying to do something noble or worthy of my time with my career path, and it seemed that these people were doing the exact same thing. Another really interesting conclusion I came to when looking at my data was that the participants weren't even inherently good at science or math, but that they chose these majors because of the proposed nobility of the career path that would follow. Let's go back inside and I'll read y'all some of the quotes that led me to these overarching themes that I found about nobility. Participants said 4 things almost overwhelmingly. People said that they were, quote, called to being a doctor or a dentist, which is why they chose the STEM field. They said they wanted to, quote, help people, and so they chose STEM because they thought that that major gave them the most plausible way of helping people. They said that they wanted to give back for similar reasons, or people said finally that they wanted to be a force for good, something along those lines. Those 4 quotes are the types of data that I saw interspersed throughout all my interviews, which led me to believe that people wanted to choose STEM majors so that they could be a noble force and exhibit a kind of altruism in the world.
Oh, hey, it's me again, Jack. Well, that's all we got today, but I hope you enjoyed Jon's research on STEM majors and their motivation behind why they study what they study. So thank you for watching, and hey, give him an A, Professor. All right, now you get in. Now get in the car right now. Let's see how I can do this.
And so that'll lead us into position
Oh,
out.
dude, that's seamless.
It's seamless. Follow me back inside and I'll read you a few direct quotes from that led me to direct quotes from some of my interviewees. So that chose the path that they chose. Damn it. It was classically ethnographic. I mean that from the
Wait, hold on. Is that car alarm you think gonna be in it? Sorry to interrupt you. I just want. Okay, it's off.
I mean that from the list of 8 to 10 questions that I pre-created for each, that sounded. Follow me back inside and I'll read you a few. It's like that drove me to the conclusions that I'd found about nobility. No, to draw the themes that I thought I could. Were mostly based off of. Came to when looking at the coding interview, but they. All right, I'm honest. I'm back to my original positionality statement. People that were
Go.
Hey guys. Hey guys. Looking at my interview data,